Alright, I'm going to show you how to disassemble the macro wheel system here. Just in case you need to go in, wonder how it works. Don't go in there unless you need to, because you might damage some parts. First off, let's start removing the power wheel. It's a 2mm hex here. Be careful. Be careful. There's a ball bearing in here. It could roll away. Usually the silicone holds it in place. Flip it over. If the ball bearing is there, just lay it to the side. Now we need a 1.5 mil. Right above this piece here, quick, there's a little set screw there you need to remove. This holds this piece in place. It's a short one. See? Stuck in there. Now, with that screw removed, you can slide this back and forth. You need a little small scribe to get in between. You see how? Go underneath it and force it up. It'll come out with a spring. Move the spring. The spring is partially in this shaft. Goes like that. Put it on the side. Now you want to unscrew the shaft till you can see the screw down here inside this piece is exposed. So you need to rotate it forward. It's only threaded in this part right here, so keep unscrewing it till you can slide this piece. See how it slides out? Now move it to the side till you expose this screw here. And that's another 2mm. That holds on to the hammer spring adjuster. Well, that's what the hammer spring sits on. When you adjust the preload, this will determine if get the spring tighter or stronger or weaker by adjusting this piece here. Sometimes it's really Loctite, so you need a really good tool and that won't slip. I know this piece is Loctite, so let's see. Now when it's a short screw, when it doesn't want to rotate anymore, leave it there. Now you want and you see that ball bearing there? Try not to hit it off its seat. Now you want to lift the whole assembly up in one piece. It'll come out like that. And here's your hammer. And here's your main spring. Alright. And here's a ball bearing. Usually get that gets, when you do a lot of adjustment, it gets dirty. So I remove the ball, get something magnetic like that, clean it. Then I usually get the spring, put lube in it, clean everything up, put it back in. Lube the ball bearing, let it sit there. There's something to hold it down. Now we're going to reassemble it. If you keep everything aligned properly, usually you add a little blue Loctite to this screw. Just a little bit. I don't want to put Loctite on there because if you strip that head, it's a nightmare. So you need to get this screw aligned with that hole. need to try to go a little further back this way. It's a little tricky, it's tight in there. Tighten it, tight, but not too tight. Now here's the tricky part. The ball bearing need to go under this wheel, so you need to compress it and slide the wheel on top of it. So right there, you see the ball bearing. Compress it while you add tension. There it's under. Now you want to screw the shaft into this thread. Till it's starting to get exposed here. See it start coming out there. Now hold this in place. Now we'll put back this piece here. Alright, what I do, put the spring in there first. The flat piece towards you. Kind of guide the spring in the middle of that shaft. Then slide it forward. And it sits like that, flush. Now we put back the set screw. Tight. Kind of cycle it. You hear that click, 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 click. Now put the ball bearing back on the wheel. Align the ball bearing to this piece here. And push it in or now, you feel compression. Here, click, click, click. Alright, then we'll put the screw on. Verify it is flush, so you can verify the ball bearing is in this little cubby hole. And rotate the wheel. Alright, adjust your macro. Now depending on your what kind of hammer weight you have and length of spring, this will determine how your shear engagement. Alright, if you really have really heavy and strong spring, you might not cock the number 5. You just gotta keep cocking it and adjust until it can't cock, and you find out your limitation. Alright, there you go. That's how you remove and reinstall the macro, what we call a quick tuning system wheel assembly. Alright, thanks for watching. If this video helped you in any way, push the like button or subscribe or both, and we'll catch you next video. And drop me a line if you want to request a video for me to make. Alright, we'll catch you next video.